Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey. Thanks for checking out this weather webcast on a beautiful Monday as we now go into the last full week of June. Hard to believe, isn't it? And hey, it's a great start. Temperatures are very pleasant across the region and abundant sunshine. As we record this at 3:30, live look at our Cook's Auto Body Cam in Uptown Normal looking great. Same thing in Peoria on our Farmers Insurance Cam. And Galesburg also looking equally as beautiful on our Stephen Fittis McGill and Associates Cam this afternoon. I'm going to flip over to X-Vision. Again, not much really locally to show. We are cloud free, not much really going on to the east or west of us. Cold front moved through last night. That's bringing in the more refreshing air after it was a little bit on the toasty side yesterday. High pressure and control for us briefly for tonight and tomorrow. In fact, we're going to be dry all week, but this high will move over towards the east. And we're going to be talking about some big-time heat. More on that coming up in just a second. Big story, of course, in the weather world is down in the Gulf, especially Florida. This is Tropical Storm Debbie. It is still a tropical storm and not anticipated to strengthen to a hurricane, at least as of this moment. The latest stats on Debbie around 3:30 this afternoon. Winds are at 45 miles per hour. We've seen gusts as high as 52. Not a very strong storm, but there is a lot of rain, and so flooding is becoming the big issue, especially in the panhandle of Florida right now. They're seeing torrential downpours, and then yesterday, obviously, around Tampa on the western coast of Florida. And then the other big story is, where is Debbie going to go? Well, it looks like it's going to camp out at sea for a little while, but a lot of the models are coming into agreement, and you're probably used to seeing this maybe on the Weather Channel. They show something like this. This is what's called a spaghetti plot. We throw in numerous models. That's what we do as forecasters, looking at several models and depicting what we think is the best case scenario. The cold front that moved through yesterday actually looks like it may play a part down south, squeezing Debbie to the east. Now, some of the models were trying to take it to the west. That would have been a good thing for us because eventually it would have crept into maybe Louisiana or Texas, gets filtered into the flow of things from west to east, and it could have been a rainmaker for us. I don't think that that's going to be very likely, so that's why I kind of brought this up. Also, it is a big newsmaker, and a lot of people have maybe friends or family down in Florida. Of course, Peoria and Bloomington both have direct flights that head down to the Sunshine State as well. So keeping a careful eye on that, but not going to be having an impact for us here in central Illinois, it looks like, as of right now. But a lot of things can change. As a slow-moving storm, you're seeing those plots that will go for several days out. So this is going to be a big weather maker for Florida over the next couple of days. All right, back closer to home for the 3:30 temperature checkup. Not bad. It's very comfortable, 81 in Peoria. And keep in mind, average high around 85. So we're just slightly below that, still holding on to 79 in Pontiac, 78 in LaSalle, Peru, and 81 in Lakin. But if you draw your attention to the south and west, that's where we're really going to be keeping our eye on over the next several days. They're already at 102 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 97 in Springfield, Missouri, and that heat is going to continue to build over the coming days. It's also very muggy on top of the heat, so it is very dangerous out there, feeling like 104 in Tulsa, 101 in Kansas City and Springfield, Missouri. So it is extremely, extremely hot out. Watches and warnings, very quiet right now. Of course, we have tornado watch boxes now for Florida because of the storms being spawned off by Debbie. But across the Midwest, we are very quiet, and we'll be quiet this evening. 61 around midnight tonight, so very comfortable. Good night to have those windows open. 53 in Peoria, 50 through Bloomington, and 53 in Galesburg. Planning out your Tuesday. Again, very nice afternoon. 79 around lunchtime, 82 as we get into our afternoon high. We'll have a lot of sunshine. 81 in Bloomington, 82 Galesburg, 83 in Macomb, and 84 in Urbana. Now, I'm going to pop out. Again, these are tomorrow's highs. Check out to the Central Plains, Wichita, Pierre, Tulsa, all in the triple digits. And as we progress into Wednesday afternoon, that's when you're really going to start to see that big-time heat starting to build on in, where we'll be talking about near 90-degree temperatures on Wednesday. And then the jet stream really bubbles up across the Central Plains and into the Midwest. Big core of high pressure moves in by Thursday, and that will move us into, I think, the century mark for most locations Thursday afternoon. In fact, we're forecasting a high of 101 in Peoria as we head into Thursday. Incidentally enough, the record high for Peoria on Thursday for the 28th is 104. So even if we hit 101, we don't break the record, but we're going to be awfully, awfully close. We stay very hot for Friday into the upper 90s. Maybe a little bit of a cool down for the weekend, but not much. We'll still be in the low 90s, it looks like, for Saturday and Sunday. The good news, maybe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, spotty shower and thunderstorm chances, not great, but at least the rain chances are there, so we'll certainly keep an eye on that as we get a little bit later in the week. That'll do it for your weather webcast on this Monday afternoon. We'll have updates on our blog, also on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And if you're local to us, we invite you to join us on WMBD 31 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. I'm Chief Meteorologist Marcus Bailey. Have a great Monday.